Mr. Farley, who were the original members of the group, and in what year were you actually organized?
Well, the members of the group that I know, there's some I didn't know, and the group wasn't always named or called Soul Stirrers.
Oh, really?
When it first was organized by a young man who he turned preacher after he was singing with the group. His name was Reverend Walter L. LeBeau. And he started preaching, and he left the group and went to school in '36. And the members that he had when I got to know them was a young man from Trinity, Texas, this little town that I mentioned a while ago, where I grew up in high school in the Glee Club. His name was S.R. Crane. There was another young man at that time named A.L. Johnson and E.A. Runless. And the tenor singer was Reverend LeBeau, and also he was a lead singer. So there was Crane, Harris. Well, Harris wasn't there at that time. There was a guy called Runless. He was doing the lead. In fact, they had a couple of members had passed when I first knew them.
In other words, what you're saying is you did not start the Soul Stirrers. They were already singing as another name, under another name.
Under another name.
I
right.
see.
And that name was New Pleasant Green Juniors.
Oh, because you were all from the
church.
The church there, right? Sunday school. Okay. I've been doing my homework.
Well, thank you. Well, that's back there in that time, in those days, whatever number of people in the group, most of us 4 at that time, they would be named from the church that maybe 1 or 2 of the guys was from, like St. Luke. They'd be St. Luke gospel singers.
Right.
So these guys were from the New Pleasant Green Baptist Church, and that's what their name was. But this young guy, the young man that knew me, and we played basketball together, he was from this little town of Trinity. He and I had those musical notes together I was telling you about back there, but he didn't go to my uncle, under my uncle. There was another teacher at that time. So we was in Trinity. He knew me, and I knew him only in the group when I came to the group. But he says that he sang with the group up in this little town, but I didn't know it at that time that his name was supposed to have been the Soul Stirrers. When I found out later that he really didn't name the Soul Stirrers, it was a guy in the audience one day in a little place they were singing. He got up out of the audience, and at the end of the program, he comes up and says, "You guys really stirred my soul."
I see.
So they captivated on that particular wording there that he used. Then they went back and changed the name to Soul Stirrers. Okay, now when this guy got in this group, he insisted that they'd use his name. He said it was his name.
Right.
And he finally kept talking, said, "Man, as long as we be juniors, we'll never be seniors." I said, "Let's use the name that I brought to you guys." He joined them himself.
I see.
But he knew me. And the bass singer that they had, he was a rather contrary guy. See, we was a cappella for a long, long time. And if the lead singer would pitch the song just a little bit high or low, he'd back up and sit down. He wouldn't try to sing it. He wouldn't try. So they got tired of that. So this fellow Crane, he says, we should get rid of him. See, I know a little fellow up in the country that he can do the same thing this man is doing, and you can get along with him. Well, he recommended me to the group that he had joined.
I see.
But they was changing the name as I come in. They was in the process of changing the name from New Pleasant Green Juniors to Soul Stirrers. That's why I got in on the Soul Stirrers.
In an article, you are quoted as saying, and I quote, "Back in 1936, the Soul Stirrers held a revival in an all-colored town of Boley, Oklahoma. The group made $2.65 for the entire week. But nobody was married, everybody was young, and the fellows wanted to travel." How true is that?
This is true. It's real true. Now, what I'm telling you now is authentic. There's nothing made up about this. It rained the whole week we were there. Seemed funny, but it rained we got in there on a Saturday night. It started raining Sunday afternoon, and it rained all the way through until Friday morning. It stopped. That Friday night we had a program out from Bowling in the country about 3 miles. And we sang that night at that church out in the country. And they couldn't get the people in that building. And I'd say that particular night we made something like $350 to our part.
$350?
$350. That was big money for us. We'd never seen that kind of money since we'd been singing. Okay. We went from there to Tulsa, 75 miles. So the man that we had as manager at that time, his name was Johnson. He was the baritone. And he was very studious. He'd get up early in the morning, take our clothes to the cleaners, bring them back, meet the minister's allowance, and get recommendations that we had already. Meet the ministers there, and book a program. So the first week we was there, he booked all of that in one day. The day after he met the ministers at the minister's allowance, he booked programs that whole week, and we sang that week.
So what he would do is meet with ministers to see if he could get you engagements at those churches.
That's right.
I see.
And he did. So that first week is one man, we call him Naaman. Spears was his real name. It just came to me. But we call him Naaman because he had spots all in his face.
Like Naaman the leper.
Yeah, and he says when you come to my church, see, you're not going to be singing free. That's what we were doing all along. And they'd give us a percentage of the offering. And we went to Tulsa after leaving Bowley, and he was the first man that charged at the door. And his program was a Tuesday night. We sang one open door that Monday night. But from Tuesday on, up until now, it has been an admission at the door. So we went all into California, and coming from California, we came through all the states, and we sang in Reno, Nevada. We came through Wyoming. Was no colored people there much, and we didn't sing. Came into Omaha, Nebraska. We stayed there a couple of weeks, and Des Moines about the same time.
And this was back in the
This is in 37.
37.
Yes. And 38 we landed in Chicago, 19th of August, 1938. They was charging free. The quartets were. We came there charged 10 cents. And after that, we didn't ever drop it. When we have double quartet, that's what they call it when you have two quartets. They call it double quartet. And we'd raise it from 10 cents to 25 cents when there was two of us on the program, two groups on the program. And each group thereafter, when we started this in Chicago in 38, it didn't ever go down. Each time we'd have a program, we'd inch up a little bit. Inch up.
You had a group, you had some more money.
They had some more money, that's right.
You were the Soul Stirrers were the first to use two lead singers. Is that true?
That's true. We were organized to be a traveling group, and the manager thought within himself, if we were going to travel somewhere down the line, somebody's going to get sick, hoarse or something or other, and that would hinder the rest of the group from making the program. So he decided that it should be two lead singers, and so we did. If one guy got hoarse and he couldn't sing, the other guy could carry along. So we got to Chicago, we had about 5 teachers following us around for about 2 months, trying to see what this fifth man was doing. Now we had a background, like we use Precious Lord, we say in the background, lead me. Mm-hmm. He was singing the same voice, the man was saying the lyrics.
Right.
He was doing that same voice. But as we were doing something different, saying something different, the background was saying, lead me, lead me. The lead singer would be saying the verses,
right,
the lyric. And they couldn't understand how it was harmonizing. It was the same as 4 people, you know.
Right.
They couldn't get it. So finally they caught on to